And we are live. Are we live? We are. Okay. Alright. So,
The dice are going to burst out of my phone.
Tell me if...
Wait, are we live online on YouTube right now?
we're not live on YouTube. I just meant...
Okay.
He's just recording so that he can be
Oh,
heard.
nice.
Yeah, isn't that great?
This is may or may not be a human.
He mean. Alright, so this is Vincent. This is
Hi,
Kristen.
Christy.
Hello.
And this is, a raccoon.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking raccoon.
Language. Alright.
And this is...
Yeah, isn't that the cat? The raccoon?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you meant serious.
And this is me.
Cat.
Guys, I was messing around with the dice. I didn't realize you meant literally the raccoon.
Oh, yeah. This is a raccoon. So, where we last left off,
I forgot I was a raccoon.
Sindriel, a drow magus, has awoken in on a boat that she is hired to take her to the town of Limpet Down. She, after exploring the ship for a little while, discovered a couple of miscreants in the cargo hold who had stolen aboard. One of whom was a drow, another drow. Riftwalker known as Death's Hand, and the other of whom was his animal companion, known as Schrodinger. Now,
Hello.
after a weird but brief encounter, the trio.
Oh my gosh, Vince! If you leave it long enough, the dice start just throwing themselves around if they can't settle.
The trio found themselves. The first mate came rushing downstairs, First Mate Johnson, and said that they needed all hands on deck to help tie down all the ropes, because all of a sudden a giant storm came out of nowhere.
He promptly died.
Yeah, he got flown off the side of the ship. What is that?
Alex popping dice.
No, actually, I'm popping them this time. You know, it does it one at a time and counts down.
I'm glad that this is so efficient with 3 people as opposed to 14 people.
Are we getting anywhere yet?
Oh, we have so much. We don't have that much left, actually. So, with a couple of very lucky rolls, Death's Hand managed to tie down one of the 4 very important ropes that were flying loose amongst the squall. And that is where we have left off. So, Sindriel, do you have your character sheet and everything open, guys?
Yep.
No.
Alright.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to teach you guys a game function really quickly. It's called stunting. Vincent knows a little bit about this because I talked to him about it. So,
I helped him with math.
yes, he did. Kristen, if you could check, so in your notes section on your 3rd page, you should have a list of things called feats. Feats.
Notes? My notes are blank.
You might have saved it somewhere else then. The abilities and all that stuff.
I have a page of notes that's blank, but I also have, like, offense, defense, saving throws, outgoing magic, and carry weight, languages stuff.
You should have a separate...
But my 3rd page is blank.
You should have a separate file or something somewhere that's a list of your abilities and things like that.
Wait, are we supposed to have a 3rd page? Because I don't have a 3rd page.
No, you're using it in an image file, so it's different. That's just your that's your abilities list that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Do you have
Oh,
it?
God.
Do you have it, Kristen?
I don't have the abilities list up, though.
Hello?
Hello.
I can send it to you if you don't have it, Kristen. I've got it right here.
No, I have it. But, I said, yeah, I have it.
Okay,
I have
sorry.
it.
Alright, so you have a list of things called feats. Do you see where that is?
Yes, I only have, like, one thing
Yes.
that says learned. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like learned, so you're learned.
Okay.
So, for Vincent and Alec, who cannot read what's going on, it basically
Yeah, we're
says...
illiterate.
No, I mean, she doesn't have her screen shared, and I'm not going to ask her to do that, because that's annoying.
No, I have screen share.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to. I literally know it by
I was
heart.
just saying it would be annoying to just keep doing it.
So basically what the feat says is that if she stunts for 4 on any knowledge check, then she gets to roll advantage for that check. Now let me explain what that means. So basically, a stunt is when you... So you guys know how you have the 2 white die and the 1 black die? So...
White dice.
Shut up.
I changed the color of my dice.
Yeah, one of them needs to be a different color. Vincent...
What did I change?
Hold your finger down on the one you want to change the color. And then change the color, and then choose the color.
That's nice.
I changed all of them so that I had 2 white and 1 black instead of 2 red and 1 whatever.
So... A stunt is when you roll doubles of any of the different colored dice, and then the stunt result... Are you...
I hit color, and the whole screen just darkened, and it won't light back up. I think I broke the app.
They're using an Android app, Kristen. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Tap somewhere in the middle.
Lame
Oh,
Android
like
users.
if
Yeah, it's still
rolled-
dark, but I got to... Okay, it lit up.
For some reason, Kristen, you keep cutting out whenever anybody else is talking. I didn't hear what you said
okay.
there.
That's okay.
So basically, a stunt is when... Okay, so for example, I just stunted. So what I rolled was a 2 on the black die, and then 2 4s on each of the white dice. Basically, whenever you stunt... Whenever you roll doubles, regardless of the pair, the number that is displayed on the black die is the number that you have stunted for. Okay?
Okay.
So, for example, I rolled 2 4s on my white dice and 1 2 on my black die. So that means I stunted for 2. Okay? Now...
For stunting, could the pair be 1 black and 1 white?
Yes, exactly. So I could have rolled a black 4 and a white 4 and then a white 2. The result would have been that I had stunted for 4. Okay? So that's a... I'm just gonna quiz you guys real quick. So, Kristen... So, Alec, you
I
rolled...
understand nothing about it.
So, you got 3 dice.
Yeah.
You roll doubles on any pair of that... any pair that you can match up in those dice.
Okay.
Okay? The number displayed on the black die is the number you stunted for.
Okay.
And that's only relevant for certain abilities. So, for example, Kristen has a feat that says if she rolls for any of the knowledge checks, like knowledge nature, knowledge religion, etc., and she stunts for 4, then she gets to roll again and take whatever the higher number is. Okay?
Okay.
Um,
So, like, I just rolled a 2... Okay, my white dice were a 2 and a 5, and my black die was a 5. So I would have stunted for 5.
Correct.
What does that mean?
It's only applicable to certain abilities. So, Kristen, if you had rolled that exact thing he had just rolled, then
You
on a
could
knowledge
just say
check...
you paired for a 5. I paired for a 5 on my black die. Or, like, even if you get both your white dice the same, you still pair for the different number.
You're making that
Okay.
confusing, but
Just that you
sure.
How does that affect the gameplay?
It's only relevant to specific abilities. So,
Okay, so stunt 4 on any knowledge check. Roll advantage.
yeah, so that's specifically your knowledge skill checks, so like knowledge nature, knowledge religion, all of those things, okay?
Does it say stunt 4? I have to stunt 4.
Yeah, so you have to... Now, here's the catch, okay? You have to stunt for 4 or any number higher than 4, okay? So when I say... When an ability requires a stunt of a certain number, it's actually requiring a stunt of that number and all numbers higher than that, okay? So if you stunt for... If an ability requires a stunt for 1, then you can actually stunt for numbers 1 through 6, and it'll still be applicable.
Okay, and what does it mean roll advantage again? Take the higher of 2 rolls?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so, Kristen, give me 1 second to pull up my Game Master Index. Let us see here. Skills. Alright, make me a knowledge nature check.
Knowledge, nature. I have, okay, so just remind me. I have C plus 2 and then 1. So
3.
that means, how many points do I add to whatever I roll?
So that's 3 for the numbers you just said, then also your knowledge.
Oh, yeah. My knowledge is 5. Okay,
So that
8.
you add 8, yeah.
Alright, do I need to roll once or twice?
You
once,
just
right?
roll once, and if you happen to stunt for 4 or higher, you get to also roll twice and take the higher.
I didn't stunt. I got 14 plus 8 is 22.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a... So, you're currently on the deck of this ship that is in the midst of this terrible, terrible storm. And you know for a fact that this weather phenomenon is not natural. Whatever's happening here is as a result of some freak event, or somebody's doing this intentionally through magic or some other source. Okay? So go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana check.
Just 19.
That's including all your bonuses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, give me a sec.
Good.
You do not know exactly what the source of this weather phenomenon is. You know that it's probably the result of some sort of magical force, but you don't know anything else about it. Okay? Alright, so we last left off. Death's Hand had just finished tying down one of the ropes. You guys still have 3 to go. Currently, the rest of the sailors are desperately trying to hang on to keep all this rigging together so that the ship doesn't fall apart in this terrible squall. So I'll say, since Vincent, you've already tied something down. Schrodinger, what would you like to do?
What, you guys expect me to pull one of those ropes down?
That's right.
Do I have
I mean, you could try.
One moment, my strength is -1.
Nice to grow opposable thumbs in order to pull this rope.
Yeah,
Wait, is your strength actually -1?
Yep.
yes.
Oh, because you're a cat. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
His dexterity is like 8 or something, though.
Yeah.
6.
6.
Wait, hey, with these passive abilities, is the tiny -2 strength already applied to my
Yes,
strength?
everything that's a
Okay.
stat modifier has already been applied if it's in your passives.
Phew. And what's CMB, anyway?
That's combat maneuvers. It has to do with combat. We'll get to that. I will tell you what it does.
Okay. I can fly? Well, I'm gonna try
no.
to fly onto one of the ropes.
So,
I totally
you
have
need
that
a...
ability.
So a fly check is like... It's like a ride... It's like making a ride check. You need something to fly/ride
yeah.
with. And
Gosh.
even then, flying just normally, like in a straight line, you don't need to make a fly check. It just happens automatically. It's when you're doing like special aerial maneuvers that you need to make fly checks. So like loop-de-loops and stuff like that.
Alright, well... Okay, well... I'm gonna say I've got enough reflex that... I'm gonna... Well...
You don't have
I don't know,
to.
am
You
I
don't
happy
have to
enough
follow the script I've laid out for you. You can do other stuff too. Like that's
Alright,
that's
well,
one of the
these-
great things about RPGs. You don't have to like
Alright,
do.
well these guys are trying to tie down some ropes. I'm gonna say screw that.
Mm-hmm.
And... I want... Okay, so who's on the deck right now? Everybody that we've
All
seen
3 of
so
you are
far?
on the deck. Schrodinger, you, and Sindriel have just emerged from the cargo hold and have watched Death's Hand just totally own this rope like a boss.
Okay. And where the rest, all of the crew that we've seen is up there?
Yes, I don't have enough minifigures for all of them, but there's like
Okay.
there's about 30 people on the deck right now. Like,
Alright. Now, do you want to know where the captain is?
The captain seems to be, he's at the helm trying to keep the boat from, is the helm the wheel? Did I use that correctly?
Hold on.
Yes. Yes, you did.
My microphone was muted, but yes.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, he's at the helm trying to keep the ship under control with these gigantic waves that keep, going everywhere.
Alright, I'm gonna use my handle animal skill to handle myself to make a knowledge check on the on the captain to see if he's evil.
Okay, you want to... Alright. What you're actually going to do is you're going to make me a sense motive check. Okay?
Alright.
Do you have sense motive?
Yep, I do. I've got 3 plus my instinct.
Alright, so,
4,
yeah, roll me the 3d6, then add your 3 plus your instinct. Let's see.
Roll my 3d6, I got 13.
Give me 1 second. I forgot
Plus
to
my
update
7
my table
is
of contents. There we go.
Got to 20.
20. Okay.
20.
Oh.
No. Everything that
The
he
captain...
wants.
The captain, so basically what sense motive can do is it can sort of give you a hunch, like a gut feeling about a social situation, or it can, it allows you to sense if somebody's under the effect of, an enchantment or a charm, even if they don't know about it, or you can, discern secret messages and things. But in this situation, you are going for a hunch. He's not under any kind of spell or enchantment or anything like that. He seems to be genuinely trying to help the crew and do everything in his power to make sure that everyone survives. That's the hunch that you get. As a cat, you don't know a whole lot about human behavior. Everybody on the ship is a human, but
Gotcha.
that's the sense that you get.
Hey, GM, Mr. Godman, sir.
Yeah.
Give me some demographics on the captain.
Is it?
Back.
You guys love putting me on the spot. So he's got. So he looks like just an average bilgewater sailor, right? He's just got the sort of scraggly. Everyone in the ship is human.
Except for the 3 of us.
That's right. It's not unusual to see people of different races just out and about, but the amount of humans in the world vastly outnumbers the amount of other races. So it's not uncommon for you to just have entire groups of people that are made up entirely of humans.
Yep.
The oppression is real.
Well, they're definitely minorities. But for the
Check
drow...
your human privilege.
So he's a human. He's got a scraggly beard. He looks like he's about 40, and he's wearing a bandana. Basically, he looks.
Height.
Wow, you okay? I'll say he's like 5'10".
Okay, continue.
Alec was going to tell me what he wanted to do. So you've made the sense motive check on the captain. He's checked out.
Alright, now I'm going to... Wait, how far is each square? How far away are each of the masts?
So each square is 5 foot. Okay, so you have 30-foot move speed, so that's 6 squares.
Okay.
Also, that's only applicable, in combat, where... Anyway.
Okay. So I'm going to split into 2 and try to climb each of the masts with one of each of my pieces.
Okay. Make me a spellcraft check.
Okay, my spellcraft.
So what you're doing right now is making an improvised
3 plus
spell
knowledge.
to see if you can split yourself into 2 pieces.
Improvised. I have the ability.
Well, everyone can do improvised spells as long as they're a spellcaster of some kind. They're just incredibly difficult. So what you're going to do is, because this
No,
is...
what I'm saying is astral duplicity.
Oh, okay. Astral duplicity is just an illusion. It doesn't...
Dang it.
It doesn't, have any physical form.
Darn it.
Yeah,
Alright,
sorry.
fine, I'll try to split into 2.
Alright. So, you're gonna roll me a spellcraft check. That's gonna be disadvantaged because you're not a magus trying an improvised spell.
Okay, I'm trying an improvised spell, so I roll twice to take the lowest form, right?
Yes, sir.
And so my knowledge is 3, 6, so my spellcraft total is 6. So I could end up getting a 16, or I could end up getting a 7, 6, and 13.
So you try to split in half, and what actually happens is that like just a ball of fur explodes from your back and just kind of like bounces around the ship. It doesn't you don't have a bald patch on your back or anything. There's just like this random like hairball that's like sentiently bouncing around the ship.
A little
It's squeaking. Yeah, it's squeaking
I created
actually.
what's the Star Trek thing, the trouble with tribbles?
I know what you're
creates the
talking
tribble.
about, yeah.
Which is saying something
made a
because she
tribble.
doesn't watch Star Trek.
What? No, but I know what you're talking about. It's the same thing, basically, as the little demon spawn from Friendship is Witchcraft. It's the same idea.
Oh, okay. See, I got that reference.
I didn't get that reference. And
All
I've
right,
seen
so
that one.
So, Alec, you've done a couple things, so let's mix it up a bit. Sindriel, what would you like to do? So you popped out onto the deck. Death's Hand has just clambered up the rigging and, done this awesome, like, Pirates of the Caribbean acrobatics. Schrodinger has apparently spawned a small furball from his back.
Airball,
and-
wrong direction. My bad.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Let me look at my abilities. Frick. Okay.
Kristen, about what time do you need to be heading out?
Let's say 9:30.
Okay.
Okay. Craft is like building stuff, right?
Yeah, but that takes a while.
Yeah, I figured. Can I use spellcraft to like tie the rope down?
It's clever and I like it. So, because you're a magus, one of your special abilities is that you do not make improvised spells with disadvantage, okay? So this is an improvised spell. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll me a spellcraft check, okay?
Okay, so with my knowledge and my bonuses, okay. So do I do 2 and take the highest one, or do I just do 1?
Nope, you just do 1.
Okay, I got 20.
Oh, wow, okay. So, Death's Hand and Schrodinger, you guys... It's very windy and loud, and it's hard to see because it's dark because of the clouds, but out of the corner of your
Fly
eye,
away.
you catch Sindriel just making these, drawing these magical symbols in the air in like this blue light that comes out of her fingers, and you see you see actually 2 of the ropes that are closest to her have sort of magically, they glow with this ghostly blue energy, and they tie themselves down snugly to wherever they were supposed to go before. Kristen, go ahead and mark 1 mana off of your your ability resource page. And I'll go ahead and do that as well, sorry. Oh no, you don't have
He
resources.
doesn't have any resources.
Right,
Okay.
that's right. I don't have any resources. That was,
What,
okay.
Kristen?
So can I only
so I'm
use...
a little confused.
So on your...
Where is... I mean, the only thing I see is passive abilities mana.
So on your character sheet, on the second
Okay.
page, it should say ability points. Your ability points are mana, so you're going to mark off 1 mana.
Oh, so do I take one from the top or the bottom? 'Cause
The
like,
top. So it's like
diagonally.
it's a division thing, so it's like that many left out of your total.
Oh, okay. So I have 11 out of 12.
Yeah.
Can I ever get like recharged?
Yeah, so that's another thing that we'll talk about if we have time at the end of tonight.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 3 out of the 4 ropes down. Death's Hand, it's your go. What would you like to do?
I would like to not try to fix a system that's not broken, and try the same approach on the other rope.
Alright, so you actually had to swing down in order to tie the rope down. So you're currently on the deck. So go ahead and make me a climb check to get back up the mast.
Okay, let's see.
Kristen, are you doing homework?
No, I'm drawing. I would show it to you, but it's not done. Not here. I'll show you a portion of it. Okay, very carefully.
Well, I'm playing Destiny, so.
16.
Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
Give me 1 sec, Vince.
Can I do an acrobatics check to see if I can do it coolly?
You're gonna have to do an acrobatics check anyway in just a second. Give me 1 minute. Alright, 10... What was your total?
16.
Okay, so you just barely managed to climb up this mast. Like, before, you just kind of leapt up it like a cat. This time, it's been a little bit since the storm started, and it's starting to get really slippery, so you carefully managed to make your way up the mast, and you are currently perched on the top with the thing that I forget the name of in front of you. Kristen?
What's in front of him?
The mast thing that goes on the side?
The crossbar.
Crossbar?
Spar.
Spar.
I think.
Okay.
Spar.
Alright, we're calling it a spar.
Hard arm. Go with spar. Yeah.
Spar. Alright, so Vince, the spar's in front of you. You want to make an acrobatics check to...
22.
Okay, yeah, so... you guys don't even see him move. All of a sudden, he's just there on the edge with the rope directly below him. So I'll assume that you just sort of carefully make your way down the rope. You've got it in your hand. Make me a... Actually, no. I'll say at this point you've sort of gotten your footing. So you just tie up the last of the ropes. And as the last of the ropes has been tied up, all of a sudden the storm just stops immediately. The sun is back out again. There's no even evidence that there was a storm there to begin with. And as the crew tries to regain their bearings after such a ridiculous thing happens, you see beside the boat, poor First Mate Johnson is still floundering, desperately trying to stay afloat after that endeavor that he just or not endeavor, the thing he just survived. So several of the
Ordeal. Hey, damn it, Vince!
Yeah, thank you.
I was muted when I said that. And can I make a sense motive check on the boat? I feel like the boat wanted to kick us off.
I feel like it.
If there was even one, if there was any reason for, no, you can't do that. Sorry.
Dang it! Why not?
Because it's not sentient. No, it's not sentient. It's not sentient. I would let you do it.
Magically sentient.
That's
Boats are
right.
always magically sentient.
That's right.
That's
All right,
why that's why they're personified.
So
Whatever the word for it is.
First Mate Johnson's back on the ship, and you guys are all getting your bearings. The captain comes over to you guys and says, "Hey mates, thanks for saving our ship there. We were in some serious trouble if we hadn't had the extra hands. I have a very vague accent. You're not quite sure where it came from." He gives each of you, but not the cat, sorry. He gives Sindriel and Death's Hand 20 gold each for their troubles.
Alright, I can't carry
So,
it.
guys, go ahead and, on your first page...
I tied 2 ropes. I should get more.
No, both of you tied 2 ropes.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just spat out a hairball.
Mm-hmm. It's still bouncing around the deck, and the sailors are, very nervously skirting around it. It's making weird squeaky noises.
Can I control it? Can I make it hit him in the face? Just
Make
jump
me a
up and pop him?
spellcraft check.
You like the
Awesome. My
companion.
spellcraft, am I rolling at disadvantage?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Okay, so I got a 12, and I get an
Yeah,
11.
Sindriel and Death's Hand,
Oh,
change
wait.
your gold points to 120.
So,
That's well.
I got a 17.
Yep.
I got a 17
On your first
as my
page, Kristen.
disadvantage. I got a
17?
as my
So,
disadvantage. Yep.
you sort of coerce this little hairball that you've managed to summon from the depths of your fur. It jumps up and, like, latches on to, somehow, through, like, its little fibrous, like, tendrils to one of the sailor's faces. He starts screaming, "Gah! Get it off! Get it off!" And, he falls overboard. The rest of the crew helps him back up, but unfortunately the furball seems to have become inert now that it's been soaked in water. So it just kind of flops onto
Good
the
to know,
deck.
my hairballs die in water.
What, Kristen?
Never mind. I found my gold points.
Okay.
I couldn't find them for a while, but then I found them.
So as you guys are sort of taking a breather, make me perception checks. All three of you.
Okay, 14.
Hey, I rolled all 2s. Is that something special?
No.
Damn it. Well,
That's just
6.
a-
Language,
I'm doing disadvantage, right?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Oh, do you not have perception as a skill? Oh, no.
Perception is never
Perception's
rolled
never
at
rolled at disadvantage due to it not being a skill. It's the one exception.
Well, I rolled a 10 total.
10 total. Vince got a 14.
14.
What'd you get, Kristen?
I got a 17.
Okay, so Sindriel and Death's Hand notice, like on the very edge of the ship, they see 3 clammy, scaly claws with 5 fingers each grasp the railing of the ship from the from off the side of the boat, and all of a sudden,
Which side?
so
3 claws.
It's here.
With 5 fingers each.
yeah, so they all look like a right hand. So
That
each,
makes no sense.
so I mean, when I say claws, I mean like appendages with claws on the end, like so they each have 5 claws, but it's an arm. It's an arm. So, so 3 7-foot-tall, scaly, horrific-looking humanoid sea creatures pull themselves onto the deck of the ship from the far side, and so Vince, you're kind of over here.
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm not still over there. Am I?
So currently,
Wait, okay, sorry, I disappeared for a sec. What happened?
well, you're being attacked by 3 humanoid, scaly fish things.
Okay.
That's kind of an important thing you just missed there.
The Kelpies have boarded.
I thought kelpies were like horses. No, those are apo somethings.
I think.
You know what I'm talking about. Hippocampus. That's it. Nope, that's not right.
What the fuck? No, well,
Language, Alec. How many times do I have to say? Alright, so...
at least one more.
Every sentence he utters.
So the captain and the sailors, being the wusses that they are, all flee into the cargo hold, and you're currently left by yourselves. The sun is shining, the entire ship is dripping wet, because it's just survived a squall, and there are 3 disgusting-looking fish, scaly humanoids standing in front of you. And I would like all of you to roll me initiative, please. So that's going to be... so on
9.
Alright, so add your initiative bonus to that on the second page.
Second page. Initiative is 10. 19.
Initiatives.
Oh my gosh, okay.
21.
I have 12 total.
Give me 1 second.
You're at 19. This is
19. Vince is
Vincent, you can now buy me
21.
alcohol. By the way, I left my alcohol.
And Sindriel, what was yours?
12 total.
Okay. Now I need to roll for the enemies as well.
One moment.
What's it called again? Okay. Trying to pull up 3 different things at once. Do 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 do.
Alright, let me see. So, I want to...
Give me a second.
Oh my god.
I will tell you how combat works in just a moment. I need to focus on something real quick.
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about that. I'm playing this game. Haha, you thought I was interested. Nope.
Silly Greg.
Games are for care. Me, I've got guns.
Okay, this takes a while. Good to know. Alright.
I've got guns. I don't care. But guys, they have to. I really want them to put a skin on. Actually, I don't know. Even if they put skins
Stay focused
on
out.
the no
Stay focused.
it would just. I mean, this gun just looks so sleek.
So,
And,
because these creatures have you have no reason to attack them thus far, but they and they've taken you off guard. You guys are currently in a surprise round. Is everybody here?
Okay.
All right. So what a surprise round is basically it means that you don't get to take your turn for this one round. And it also means that you are flat-footed, which means that you're denied your dexterity bonus to your defense. So all attacks against you all attacks against you during this round will ignore dodge.
Okay.
All right. So currently, what you guys see is there's one incredibly muscular-looking, scaly creature. He's wielding what was it again? He's not wielding anything at all, but he has these incredibly sharp-looking talons and fangs. He looks kind of bestial, like he is not really. Yeah, he hadn't fully evolved yet to intelligence, and like is just sort of an ogreish, gross, disgusting creature. One of them is this elegant, lithe-looking lizard-like creature that's wielding a trident and has a crossbow strapped to its back. And the last one is this sickly, pale, clammy-looking, frail creature in a black robe whose hood is covering its face. So, first off, the lithe and sleek-looking one is going to attack Death's Hand because he's the closest. So, let me see here. Alright, so it, seeing Death's Hand, it rears back its hand with its trident, and it hurls the trident in a straight line straight towards you, Vincent. So, I need you...
Dodge!
Vincent, what I need you to do is... So this is a special attack that has, like, certain effects applied to it.
Bring your phone.
And one of the effects is that instead of it comparing your defense, it actually what you need to do is make me a reflex saving throw, or you automatically take damage. Okay. So.
So wait, the user has to initialize that, or you automatically give us damage. So we have to catch it in time.
Well, no, you're not catching it. You're dodging it, actually.
Right,
Okay,
but we have to catch the fact that we're being attacked in time.
Basically,
and
yeah.
that we could dodge.
That's the idea.
Okay,
So
you have to be paying attention.
Yes, but it actually doesn't really matter.
Okay, how does this roll work? Do
So-
I just roll and then
Because
add
I'm gonna
my
kick
reflex?
buttons.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, Kristen, did you hear that? So for saving
17.
throws, you roll the 3d6 as usual and add your saving throw bonus to whatever type of save I'm talking about. So in this case, it's reflex. You said 17, so you deftly dodge out of the way
you
of
are
this.
cutting out.
Red.
Yeah, Greg, you cut out for that entire sentence.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
I don't saving throw here.
it's on your second sheet on the right hand side towards the bottom.
Oh, saving throws, fortitude, reflex, and will. Gotcha.
Yep.
So
So-
wait, do I add reflex and will?
No. You're not doing anything. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving
Oh,
you an
okay.
example. So,
Okay.
So, Vincent, you deftly dodge out of the way of this trident as it... You.
Who?
You.
Ah!
Death's
My
Hand.
name?
Death's Hand,
There we
Vince. Okay. Death's Hand deftly dodges out of the way as this trident streaks through the air at blinding speed and embeds itself up to the hilt in the wall of the door behind you, and it's currently
it would
stuck
fly
there.
right. I feel like if a trident actually broke through that first bar, like that last connecting bar, I feel like if you managed that, then it would just go all the way through.
So
It's like
the
throwing.
lithe
but there's
creature's
another
also going to move up here.
It's a door. Trident.
Are you guys listening? So the
No.
Yeah.
the rogue, the lithe creatures moved up to here. Up next,
Hang
Okay.
we have Monsieur. What was the?
I think that, like, they're a family, and, like, the really sickly one is, like, their sick child, and they're, like, trying to save...
Excuse me.
No,
I want to go up next to the biggest, ugliest one and just rub my side against his leg and purr.
Oh, you're the cat. Okay, that sounded really creepy when I thought you were Death's Hand.
I just want to rub his leg.
So the clammy-looking, disgusting, sickly one with the hood, he.
We can't hear you.
And I stopped talking for a second.
Oh, okay.
You see him mutter a couple of words and like make these weird gestures, and
I want to counter it.
you want to counter
Spell,
it?
I want to counter it. It's a spell. I want to counter it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check first. No.
I rolled a 12, and my Arcana looks. What's Arcana?
It's
There it is.
knowledge Arcana.
I don't see Arcana. Oh, knowledge Arcana. 3 plus 3 is 6. I got an 18.
Okay. You know that he is trying to summon an illusionary trident, and it's a weapon that can attack by itself independently, and he can sort of send it wherever he wants. So in order to counter,
Can I
in order
help
to
him create it and use it as my own?
no, you can't. You can try
Dang.
to you can try to counterspell it
Can't
to
just hijack
negate
it.
it. Correct. You can try to
I-
counterspell
You
it.
try to what? You quit.
You can counterspell it, which
Counterspell
means
it.
that you like sort of cast a negative energy that's equal to his, and that cancels itself out. It's like a Kamehameha wave, sort of.
Okay. But I can't hijack his magic.
Correct.
I can't hijack a summons magic.
Nope.
Okay.
You can't really hijack magic. That's not a thing you can do.
You can't like Aikido, whip around, redirect, snap your arm kind of thing.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to do this anyway because you're in a surprise round.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So normally you'd be able to, but because you're currently surprised and you can't really do any actions. So this the sickly looking thing, like, it conjures this illusionary blue ethereal trident, which I am going to represent with this die. It's going to stay right here behind this pillar, but it's going to send its trident forward 2 spaces. And lastly, this hulking brute of a monstrosity is going to run up to Sindriel
Aw, man.
and attempt to attack you. So, this is going to be, I believe, an irregular attack. Let's see here.
Let me know when I'm not surprised.
No,
anymore.
okay, so... this is not actually applicable, so I'm going to save that to another turn.
So I'm gonna kick that mage caster's ass.
Language!
So language.
I told you every sentence he utters.
Alright, so...
Why does this surprise you guys?
It doesn't. I'm just telling you to stop. So, what this creature's gonna do, Kristen, is it's going to attempt a bull rush combat maneuver on you. Now, combat maneuvers are basically they're basically anything that would not be considered an attack that anybody can do. So, like, bull rushing, tripping, disarming people, stuff like that. Stuff that anybody could theoretically do if they are savvy enough and have quick enough reflexes. So, in order to defend against a combat maneuver, you just basically tell me what your combat maneuver defense is, okay?
Okay.
And that's under your defenses section on your second page.
I have ignore armor and ignore dodge. And combat and defense.
There's combat maneuver defense on the far right, I believe.
Yeah, I have 13.
13? Alright, so...
On combat maneuver defense.
This creature, it basically rushes at you. And you can tell that what it's trying to do is, like, push you back into the wall and pin you there. But you manage to sort of dodge out of the way, and it just kind of... it kind of smacks its head into the wall, reels back, and just sort of recovers where it started. So... What? What are you saying? Stop, go away. Sorry. Alright, so that's the first turn. They've all done something. Now, Death's Hand, it's your go. So, here's how rounds work. You can do one normal action, one swift action, and one move action.
So the surprise round's
yeah, the surprise round's done. So, a normal action
Wait,
is...
repeat that. The 3 things we can do.
Swift actions, normal actions, and move actions. Okay?
Swift actions, what actions and move actions?
Normal actions and move actions.
Like, you cut out again there.
Normal.
You did.
Normal.
Normal, thank you. Okay.
Alright, so...
Normal.
So, swift action, Vince, you're the only swift action, unless you want to talk to somebody really quickly, each round of combat is considered about 6 seconds. So, for a swift action would be, like, trying to say something quickly to somebody, to, like, relay information or something like that, but in this case, what you're going to want to do is draw your weapons. So...
Yeah, I want to, I want to do, I forget what the name of it is, but the thing where I'm gonna draw my dagger and throw it in one
Motion. Oh, quick
motion.
draw throw, like with an actual throwing knife. Yeah.
Well, that will still be a swift action and a normal action.
At the same time, really?
No, it'll be a swift action to draw the weapon and a normal action to throw it.
Well, you can't do quick draw, throw.
That would be a separate thing I'll consider adding onto a weapon, but for now that's what I'm going to say.
Okay. So as an assassin, he naturally doesn't have a weapon that he can just flick out of its holster into a wall.
Well, every weapon requires you to either load it or do something like that. Throwing knives, throwing knives at the very least would be considered using a standard action, a normal action to throw.
Okay.
So Vince,
All right,
is that
I'm
what you want to
salty
do?
about it, but okay.
What?
Is that what you want to do? You want to throw your weapon?
I can't find here too.
So, Vincent, here's how this is going to work. You can't actually, if you make a ranged attack with an enemy in melee range of you, you actually provoke a surprise attack, which means he gets a chance to attack you. Okay?
Now, what is the one that threw the trident, does he have another weapon?
He has a crossbow strapped to his back.
Okay.
Dang it.
Is he in melee range?
He is not in melee range. He's right here, currently.
But the brute is.
Yes.
Okay. If I draw 2 one-handed weapons, is that considered 2 actions?
Nope, that'll be one swift action.
Okay.
Do you
I
have
would
to draw
like
your
to
claws and teeth?
No.
Ah. So Vincent, if he wanted, could just bite him right now.
He doesn't have proficiency in natural attacks. That's considered an unarmed. That's going to be considered an unarmed attack. He could try it. It would provoke an attack it would provoke a surprise attack. Think about what you're doing. I need to grab some more water. I'll be right back.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
I know that first I'm going to start by drawing the short sword. sword in my
Okay, well he's gone. I'm gonna loop around to the boat, guys. I'm gonna try to actually use my claws and my magic to climb on the outside of the boat, get behind the spellcaster that's behind the pillar without him knowing that I got behind it, because that's less than 6 spaces.
Alright, I'm back. Kristen needs to leave in about 18 minutes, so let's hurry this up.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start by drawing my short sword and my dagger.
Okay, so the rules of dual wielding is that if you're wielding 2 different weapons, let's see here, you can make an attack with each of the weapons, but you get a penalty to each roll unless you have a certain feat, which you do not yet have.
Okay, well, then...
I'll tell you the exact penalty in a second. It would be minus 4 for both weapons.
What if I throw my dagger?
You can't... If you throw your dagger, it would be considered a ranged attack, and that would be
Yes.
provoke an attack of... that would provoke a surprise attack from the guy next to you.
Here, Greg, here's my potential plan. Draw both my short sword and my dagger, throw my dagger at the one who threw... the one in range distance as opposed to melee distance that threw the trident at me.
He's behind a pillar, dude.
He does have partial cover, which means he has bonus to his defense. And also, regardless of what the target is, making a ranged attack while in melee range of another enemy provokes a surprise attack. Same with casting spells.
I was gonna try to throw the knife at him and then attack the guy who's next to me.
Can you do all 3 types of movements in any order?
Correct.
Okay. I know what I want to do.
You
but
can't...
an attack would be considered a normal motion, so you
Correct.
can move and then attack. But do you have to do the quick attack before you do anything else if you're going to do it?
The quick attack?
Or not the quick attack, the quick action.
No, a swift... No.
No, I can do that at the very end, just...
If you want to. You can even you can even split up the movement between...
Into different blocks and move 3 spaces, then attack using my normal movement. I mean, my normal action, and then move the other 3 spaces.
Yes, but if you move out of melee range of a creature that is capable of attacking you, you provoke a surprise attack if you are already within its threatened space.
Okay, alright, will do.
Alright, so Vincent, what do you want to do?
I want to...
Don't worry about the guy behind the pillar.
Hang on. How heavily built is the brute in front of me?
He's about 7 feet tall, and he looks like John Cena.
I don't have a point of reference.
He's a wrestler. He's very, very buff.
He's the white trash Chuck Norris.
That's right.
Oh, he kind of seriously tries to impersonate.
So Vincent, because we're I will say that in a normal game, because you guys are new, I'm letting this go a bit slower. But in a normal game, I don't really let you have time to think about it. It's basically just what your character would naturally do in the moment.
But I needed to know what...
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Certain mechanics about this.
Absolutely.
Because now that I know exactly, I want to pull out my dagger, and I want to try to meet behind the brute and slit his throat.
Okay, so you're trying to move through his space? Or do you want to just attack him?
I just want to attack him.
Okay, so go ahead. Are you using your strength part of the attack or the dagger part of the attack? For your...
What's the difference?
So you can use one or the other. You have proficiency in both, which means you can use one or the other. It doesn't really matter, but that's your choice.
Oh, I see. The strength is 1d6 plus strength, and the dagger is 1 plus 1d3 plus dex.
Also, it does times 3 damage on a critical hit.
Okay, now,
you have,
if
you
my
get
dex
some...
is 5 and my strength is 2,
Okay, one moment. I gotta ask Alex something before he leaves.
I'm gonna use it as a dagger.
Alright, so go ahead and make the attack.
Okay.
You're gonna roll.
Yeah. As a
You're
dagger.
gonna roll me 3d6 and then add your finesse attack bonus to it.
Wait, 3d6?
Yeah, so just roll the stuff you've been rolling this whole time.
Okay.
And then add your finesse attack from your second page to it.
That's the one under the slash, right?
Correct.
6 is the finesse. I rolled an 11.
So that's a 17. So you,
What about the, on my dagger it says, 1 plus 1d3 plus dex.
So which weapon you use does not affect whether or not the attack hits. It only affects the damage. Okay?
Oh, this is for hitting.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the way it works is first you roll for your attack, and if it's successful, if your attack is greater than their defense,
Okay, well then I have a 17 for this.
yeah. So that definitely hits. So go ahead and roll for damage. So roll me 1d6 and then divide that total by 2. Okay. And then add 1 to that.
Okay, I'm back. So what's gone down?
Okay, hang on.
I'm telling Vincent about the math.
And I round up, correct?
Yes, with the roll, yeah.
Okay, so do I do all the math so I add my dex to it?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. 2, 3, 8.
First of all, did you stunt? So if you stunt, so the way critical hits work, normally it's if you stunt for 6 on a melee attack or a ranged attack, and that does twice as much damage. But
I didn't check.
okay, well we'll just for next time we'll simulate as if you had critically hit, and then we'll go with that. Okay, and then but because you are a Rift Walker, one of your passives allows you to do a critical hit with a stunt of 5 instead. Alright, so what was the damage?
8.
Alright, so you, this creature swipes its claws at you. You duck under, and you shove your blade directly into where its sternum would be if it was a human. And, it gurgles in pain as you, withdraw your dagger, and this gross, excuse for, whale... It looks like a combination of blood and something akin to whale fat just sort of spills out of the wound. It's looking pretty damaged. So is that going to complete your turn, Vince? So you can still move if you want to, but you will provoke a surprise attack if you do.
Then... No.
Okay. Alright, so up next is Schrodinger. It's your go. What do you want to do?
Okay, one quick question before I start. Can I...
Oh wait, I want to shout Schrodinger, go.
Okay. I meow in response. That was my quick action. But... what is... so, there... What all could I do with a quick action? What all counts as quick enough?
So it's a swift action. It's a very specific list of things. Anything that is not a swift action is considered a standard action. Sorry, a normal action or a move action.
Right.
Swift actions include drawing a weapon, activating certain abilities, and yelling a quick message to your party. That's pretty much all you can do with it.
Okay. So, when you say quick ability, that's not anything like the skill checks. That's something like
No.
the abilities you gave me on
Yeah,
my abilities.
that's an entirely different thing.
Okay, one moment, let me check something. So, but anything on the feats, or not feats, anything on the abilities page, attacks would not be equipped.
Correct. Also, so normal
What would an
abilities.
active ability be?
Active abilities are unless otherwise specified, they are a normal action.
Okay. And there's no way I can, like, use astral duplicity and throw my claws out at the same time.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
magically
you're
throw my claws out.
no.
Like, use
Improvised spells are always normal actions.
Alright, so I'm on. So which of these squares am I on, by the way?
Sorry.
I thought I. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I end up diagonal to that guy behind the mast, can I hit him without him being undercover?
Partial cover doesn't. I'll say sure. Normally not, but just to make this go a little bit faster, Kristen needs to go soon. So
Alright, so I want to dash across the side of the boat as fast as I can, keeping on the outside of the rail so that nothing sees me as best as I can
Okay.
with my stealthiness.
Actually, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
That's the wrong guy, by the way. I meant all the way at front.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're gonna need to make me an acrobatics check to move through this space without provoking surprise attacks.
Okay, well.
You're gonna need to make me 2, actually.
2?
Yep.
Why?
So each of these, so you're moving through this threatened space of each of these creatures. Okay.
Okay, so I need to make 2 rolls, one for the one and one for the other.
Exactly.
Alright, so I've got 10, and I rolled a 12, so 22, and holy shit, I rolled 3
Language.
5s. Sorry. I rolled 3 5s, so I got 25 and 22.
Yeah, you easily get through these guys' space. So you're where you want to be. So that was
be
1,
right
2,
diagonal from the
3,
guy at the
4,
very
5,
tip.
6. Yeah, that's exactly 6 squares.
Yep. And I want to use my
Right.
feet multi-attack
Take me home tomorrow.
with my claw, my bite once, and my claws times 2.
Okay, go ahead and make me. Go ahead and roll for all those attacks.
Alright, so let me see. I get 3 natural attacks, correct, with my multi-attack thing? Alright, so penalties for attacking with multiple natural weapons. Am I attacking with multiple natural weapons?
You are.
I am. So it's reduced by 3, so each time I roll, I subtract 2 from the result.
If that's what it says, yes. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, it says it's reduced from -5 to -2.
Yep.
Okay. So, what stat am I looking at for the damage that I'm dealing?
That's going to be printed on your claws and bite individually, but what you're going to do first is you're going to make me attack rolls separately for each of them, okay? So,
Okay.
attack rolls is going to be a 3d6 plus your finesse attack. Or, for you, it's actually strength, I think, because you're biting and slashing.
Oh, my strength sucks.
Yeah, I know, I
Okay.
did that on purpose. Otherwise, you would be guaranteed to do damage every time.
Okay, so I rolled a 3d6 and I got 14.
Okay, so that's the first attack. Are you biting or clawing?
I want to bite.
Alright. So, that hits.
Okay.
That was a 14, you said? Alright, roll for the other 2.
I rolled a 14, but you didn't have to modify anything for
Yeah,
that?
you gotta add your strength. You gotta add your strength,
So minus
attack
1
to
for
that.
strength, so 13.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that one actually does not hit.
Okay.
Roll
So
for
now
your
I'm
claws.
I'm gonna go for my claws. I rolled a 7 minus 1 is 6.
Yeah, it definitely
I'll
didn't
think
hit.
That hits. So I can bite again?
No, you can do one more claw. You have 1 bite and
Okay.
2 claws.
Okay, I'm gonna claw again. I rolled a 7, so 6.
Yeah, no. So you're a cat, and you're trying to attack a 7-foot-tall, hooded, gross-looking creature.
Shred pieces of his cloak.
Yeah, I mean, you actually do scratch him, but it doesn't do anything. Like, yeah, it barely notices you're there. Alright, so that was Schrodinger's turn. So up next is going to be the Lithe character who just attacked with the trident. Now, so what it's going to do is it's going to attempt to make a stealth check. So, I want you guys to all make perception checks and tell me what you get.
I shake, I get 8. Plus my, what? Perception is 4 plus dexterity.
Just perception,
18.
I got 11.
Whoa.
11.
11,
wait.
11. What about you, Vince?
No, sorry. 8 plus 4 plus 6. I got 18.
I just got 11.
Okay.
What am I? rolling
Perception.
for again?
Perception check.
Let's see.
Moon.
5. Okay, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so this
But I
creature
did
just
stunt for 2.
this creature just kind of disappears from view. You guys weren't really paying attention, and all of a sudden it's just not there. So it's now going to make a. Let's see.
I can't see you, Greg. Did you take off the board?
Did I?
Did you?
No, it's still there.
You sure? Oh, now
Yeah.
it is. I don't know what
Alright.
happened.
So it's gonna make an attack with its. Where is it? I thought for sure it had a crossbow. It does. Okay. It's gonna make an attack against Sindriel.
Ah.
Wait, did we have a round for Sindriel? Was I just
She.
not here?
Well, we're still we're still in the
Still-
round. So like
She's the last one to go.
everybody takes their round in the order of their initiative. The first round was a surprise
What's
round, so none
Vincent's
of you took
initiative if he goes before me?
21.
That-
Holy gosh. Darn.
Okay. What, Sindriel?
Yes.
What is your ignore dodge armor? Sorry, what is your ignore dodge?
Ignore dodge is 11.
Okay, so Sindriel, you're focused on this hulking brute in front of you, and you actually don't notice from the corner of your eye a glint of a crossbow as it fires towards you.
What?
Yep. So you're going to take. Oh wow! All right, that's terrible. You're going to take 3 points of stabbing damage as this crossbow bolt pierces your shoulder. So go ahead and subtract 3 from your hit points on the top on your second page.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
All right. So that's 3 out of your total.
Greg, I'm going to make you regret that puffball decision.
Okay.
Because it was so easy to create that puffball. I'm going to make you regret it. I'm going to start using those as shields. I'm just going to generate thousands of them.
Are you? So, Kristen, have you done that?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So you have taken. I actually have to write this down as well because otherwise I will forget. You have taken. No. Why? Sorry.
What if we, die, early on in this game?
You will find out, won't you?
Uh-oh.
You go to hell and have to beat up some people.
That's right. Alright.
You need,
Or if
like,
you were good
And
enough to
then
go
kill
to
us off.
Yeah, why would Sindriel go to hell? I don't know, though, because I don't have her backstory yet.
I'm sorry!
You're fine, I'm just messing. Alright, so,
No, I keep thinking I need to get that done. But yeah.
Sindriel, it's your turn, finally.
Okay. So,
So currently, here's the deal, right? You are currently next to this hulking brute. If you make a ranged attack or try to cast a spell, it's going to provoke a surprise attack. Which means he'll get a free attack off on you.
So I need to do like a melee attack.
You can, if you want to use a swift action to draw your weapon and attack him at melee range, absolutely.
Let me look at what my weapons are again.
I believe you have a dagger or a short sword or something.
Yeah, I have a little iron dagger. I'll draw
All
that.
right. Okay, so Sindriel draws this adorable-looking dagger.
Right.
How adorable.
It's so
Is
kawaii.
it, like, bright pink with a flower on it?
Wow. Okay, that's a little too adorable. So she draws this dagger and she swipes at this hulking monstrosity. So Kristen, sorry, Sindriel, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. So that's going to be 3d6 plus your strength attack on your second page.
I don't. Oh, strength attack. Let's see.
It's the one on the top.
I have 0 out of 3 for strength.
All right, so you're just going to roll 3d6 and add nothing to that.
Are you kidding? I got a 4.
So you weakly try to slash at this creature. You miss. You just completely miss. There's nothing. So Kristen, I'm gonna have you do one more thing for the sake of teaching you guys how to do how this works. Kristen,
Okay.
I would like you to make me a knowledge nature check,
I can do that.
and that's just a free action, Alec, in case you were wondering.
Oh, what?
I'm asking her to make a knowledge nature check.
Oh, so I
So
can do
I could
like
see
knowledge
each point.
checks for free at all times, just like.
I'll say you can do like 1 or 2, but nothing too crazy. Normally, like 21. All right. You know that these creatures are known as Sahwagin. They are weak fish people from the Fey Wilds, so they're considered like fairy creatures.
That's why I can't scratch them.
That's right. They're incredibly weak.
What?
You know, Kristen, you've studied intently. You know, Sindriel knows that Sahwagin are vulnerable to both slashing damage and bright light.
Oh, I think I have a spell for that.
That's right, you do. But unfortunately, you can use a swift. You've already used your swift action to draw daggers, so you can't tell anybody this. So Vincent and Alec, you don't know that that's the case.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but can
I still just
like,
take
in
that
the future, start off a battle with a secret
history.
point?
What?
But
In the future, can I start off a battle with a seek weak point to find the vulnerable places on an enemy?
Well, with a seek weak point, like you can make a knowledge check to know what it's vulnerable to. And I'll say, like, maybe in specific circumstances, if it's like a boss or something, you're looking for weak spots, that maybe I'll let you do that. But normally that's up to the dice. So, like, the idea is that if you roll high on a damage roll, you happen to hit, like, a critical part of their body or something like that. So that's sort of already built into the game. But so up next, we're going over time. Sorry, Kristen. I'm trying to wrap this up
it's
as quick as I
okay.
can.
I know you are.
All right. So up next is the sickly-looking hooded creature. It is.
The one I'm next to.
It's going to move its trident over here, and it's going to attack Alec. It's going to attack Schrodinger as a swift action with the trident.
I want dodge.
You have really high defense. I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I'm still
Or
trying to dodge.
definitely wouldn't worry about it.
Still trying to dodge.
Nope, wrong
Rolled a
creature.
12. That helps.
You don't actually roll for defense. It's just on your sheet already.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Here's my sheet.
Okay.
Not even for dodge.
You're just looking at your defense, just regular defense.
There's defense. Regular defense. Which sheet? Pathfinder character sheet. First page.
Second sheet.
Second.
Strength, you say?
Yeah. Wait, what? No, you're looking at defense.
I don't know what I'm doing. Where's defense? I don't have... Oh, combat maneuver defense or just defense?
Just defense.
Defense 20.
20,
I got
okay.
20.
He has 20 defense, guys. So, this trident, like, sort
I'm
of...
one ironclad furball.
So you're right next to him, and he's, like, trying to, like, sort of push you away with one hand while also trying to control this trident with the other hand. And he just, like... The trident just swipes weakly at you, like, not even coming close. It's also going to... Vincent, make me a will saving throw. You. Make me a will saving throw. Death's hand. Shut up.
A will saving.
A will saving throw. So it's just like the dexterity saving throw, but with the will.
Why is he
11.
using it? Why is he
11.
using it?
11?
There are other enemies. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
now I just see Vincent's little icon. I don't see your... Oh, now I do. Wait, what is this?
Oh my gosh,
So
I'm
I
so
can't-
stupid.
I can't keep your webcam thing up if I move the... Yeah, no.
Okay, never mind, Vincent. I was looking at the wrong thing. Just forget about that. Okay. You saw nothing.
Okay.
Oh. So, Alec, what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to... You see him, like, summon this sickly-looking green energy in his hand, and he tries to touch you.
Don't let him.
Once again, going to roll...
Should I roll?
Make me a will
No.
save.
Make you a will save. What do I do? My will is 6. Should I roll for it?
Yeah. 3d6 plus your will.
Well, I rolled... Come on. It hasn't... 13. Plus
Okay.
6. What? 13
Wow.
plus 6. That...
Alright.
Yep.
So, some saving throws only have the effect if you succeed. So, Kristen, this is important too, so do listen.
Okay.
So what happens is, as he tries to touch you with this sickly green energy, he actually ends up accidentally canceling the illusionary trident, because you can only have one concentration-based spell active at a time. Kristen, your Mage Light is not considered a concentration spell, so you can have that... It's not. So you can have that active and use other spells as well. So, Alec, you are now shaken. That means you have a... Yep, you have a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws,
I'm not phased by nothing.
skill checks, and ability checks.
I'm not phased by nothing.
So -2 to basically every roll that you could possibly imagine, until you don't know what happens. Alright. Now, the Berserker. The Berserker is going to try to attack Alec.
Yeah, he's not going to succeed.
Is that right?
What do I do?
That's
What do I
true.
do?
Alec is super. He perceives... So, Alec... So, Vincent, what happens is that he actually perceives you as the most dangerous threat. So, he's going to go after you.
Who else?
Because Kristen missed him entirely, and you're the only one who's done any
yeah,
real
totally.
damage so far.
No.
Alright, so...
Is this the brute?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So he's actually going to attack you 3 times. No, wait, yes, no. Am I looking, paying attention? Yep. He's going to attack you 3 times. What's your defense?
16.
Alright, so he tries to bite you and succeeds.
Aw.
He tries to swipe you with his claws and succeeds. And he tries to swipe you again but does not succeed. So you take... You take 5 points of stabbing damage, plus... Where's my other die? Oh, I don't need it.
Uh-oh.
Plus 3 points of slashing
Vincent
damage.
dead?
As
-2.
as the
Vincent's
bite...
dead.
As the his teeth sink into you, and his claws swipe at you. Just for the sake of teaching you about stuff, I'm gonna have you like stay alive for one more round, and then I'll explain how what happens when your health gets reduced to 0. So,
Do I put it at 0 or do I put it at -2?
just put it at 1 for now, and I'll pretend like on this next attack that it does finally do the damage. So, also make me a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, uh-oh. 5.
Okay, so you are now poisoned. You feel sick, and all of a sudden you fall to the ground unconscious.
Yay.
Now I am angry.
All right.
Hurt my pet. In my eyes, Vincent's my
Whoops. That's right. Oh yeah, he canceled his trident. Okay, so that's the Berserker's turn. It's the top of the next turn. Vincent, it is your turn. You're going to make me a death saving throw. Now, what that is you're just rolling me 3d6 with no bonuses added. If you roll 10 or above, you've succeeded.
Nice.
If you roll 9 or below, so what happens now is you have 1 death strike. If you reach 3 death strikes, you die. So you have 1 out of 3 right now.
Where do I keep track of this?
Just remember it. It's not. I mean, this is literally all you're going to be doing. You're currently unconscious on the ground, completely helpless and dying.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
So he has 3 chances per time he dies.
If you roll 3 1s, that's 2 strikes automatically. And if you roll 3 6s to succeed, then you stabilize and no longer have to make saves. Okay?
Okay.
Schrodinger, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to make a quick conversation with... Oh, I forgot your character name. Anyway, I want her... hey, what would you like in terms of that dagger? Because that dagger is too girly. We need to enchant that. And
You are a cat.
Yeah. I want to enchant it.
You want to enchant your
I want to
dagger?
change the nature of this dagger.
That's like that's an actual craft check. Like, that takes a little bit of time. Yeah.
And I don't have craft. Then can I try to give her some of my stats
No.
for her dagger? Damn. I don't have... I'm useless. Alright then.
How did I make this too hard?
You did not make this too hard. I'm going to...
Because I have 6 health.
I haven't used any of my other abilities yet, have I?
As Death's Hand slumps to the ground, you see this this bulky, burly-looking Sakwagin with his final sort of death throes has inflicted this damage on your friend, and he's actually bled out from the gaping chest wound that Death's Hand dealt him. So he is currently dead.
Nice.
I will pretend like I did not make that easier because this is taking too long.
Alright. I'm going to just go and try to... Hey, can I try to, boost myself then? Using any kind of...
Improvised spells need to have a visible effect, like you're casting a fireball or something like that.
Can I make my claws super awesome, big, and really crazy?
Yes, you can absolutely try to do that. Roll me an...
I want to make every fiber of my body razorous.
Okay. Alright. Make me a... Yeah, so go ahead and make me a spellcraft check with disadvantage.
Spellcraft check with disadvantage. First roll is 2 6s and a 5, a 17.
Wow, okay.
Second roll is 2 4s and a 3, an 11. And then my... Where's... What is it? Knowledge?
Knowledge?
Nope, not knowledge. Spellcraft, there we go. It does go with knowledge. 6. So, 17 is my disadvantage.
Okay, that's really good. So, Sindriel, you watch as this cat's claws grow and turn this obsidian black color. And what do you... So that was your normal action, Alec, that you just did there.
Yep.
So what would you like to do now? Do you want to move and try and help out your friend, or do you want to stay engaged with this clammy-looking hooded figure?
I can't attack him, right? Because I already did my normal.
Correct.
Okay, but what could I do to help Vincent?
You could start moving over there and try to do something. The way you can actually help
But
people...
I'm next to that guy, so it would actually start disadvantage, right?
No, but it would provoke an attack of it would provoke a surprise attack.
Right, that's what I mean.
And if you want to try and help Alec, what you would need to do is make a medicine check to stabilize him so he no longer has to make death saving throws. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
Are you trained in medicine?
I am, but would that not be a normal move since it's only training required?
It would be, but you could go ahead and move over there in anticipation of helping.
Okay. But okay, so that top guy up there is the most pressing enemy at the moment, right? And
That's up to
Vincent's
you.
The one on the bottom, and Vincent's the one on the bottom, right?
This is Vincent. He's currently
Okay, thank you.
like this.
All right. I want to move over to. Wait. What would it check against if I moved away from him?
He would roll an attack against you like normal.
Okay. Well,
You have really high defense, I will remind you.
let's go ahead and do it.
Alright,
Hey, Greg.
what's your defense? Never mind, he fails.
Okay.
Yeah, so he swipes weakly at you as you run away. Where would you like to go?
I want to go. I can't occupy essentially the same area as that mast. That mast takes up the entire space, doesn't it?
Correct.
Darn it. Alright. Well, then I'll just move over right beside Vince and the mast.
Alright. Okay, trying to hurry this along.
Hey, Greg, am I coughing up bile?
Sure. If you really want to be. Alright,
It'll
so...
help the immersion.
So the Sophwagine that Sindriel identifies as one of its as one of the rogues in their caste system, readies his crossbow and fires it at Kristen once more.
At who?
Sindriel. Sindriel,
Make a dodge,
what is
make
your
a dodge.
what is your defense?
14.
14? Alright, so he just barely misses. The bolt thuds beside your ear. A little bit of blood comes out of your ear as it slightly got nicked. But you haven't taken any real damage. By the way, because he made an attack against you, Sindriel, he essentially became unstealthed for the purposes of whatever that gives him, whatever bonuses that gives him. Okay? So you knew he was there after that. So,
Alright.
So, Sindriel, it's your turn. The Sophwagine Berserker who was in front of you is now dead. There is a Sophwagine Rogue and a Sophwagine Mage currently still on the ship, and your friend is dying beside you. What would you like to do?
I want to take on the mage.
Okay, so, what do you want to do? Do you want to use one of your spells, or do you want to use a ranged attack?
I want to use mage light.
Okay, so what is the range on that?
20 feet.
So that's actually only 4 squares away. How far away can you move it after you've brought it into existence?
It says increases the light level to normal light within 20 feet and by 1 level up to normal light within 40 feet.
Yeah, that's... So does it say anything about how far away you can move it after you've created it?
Can be commanded telepathically to attack or move speed 30 up to 40 feet away from you.
So it can, once you summon it, it can move 6 squares per turn up to 8 squares away.
Okay.
Alright? So that's definitely within range, but the thing is you can't see it, so you're going to have to move to a place where you can.
Okay, can I just move it?
Yeah, so whereabouts do you want to move so that you have line of sight? I'd say,
Okay,
like,
wait,
one of these
what's the
corners.
mage?
What?
Which one's the mage again?
This is the mage, this is you. And this is the rogue who's been shooting crossbows at you.
Straight. Okay.
So you can move the mage light around things, but in order to, like, attack stuff, you have to be able to see it. Does that make sense?
Okay, you know what? I'll attack the one that's closest. I'll move in that little corner, like up.
There?
No. Move your hand to like beside the stairs, like right in front of the stairs, right in front
Right
of
there?
the far stairs. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you conjure this orb of glowing light, and because it's bright and sunny outside, it doesn't actually do anything for the light, but it clearly is filled with this arcane power that you've studied for so long. So how does it work? What does it say that you have to do in order to do damage? So let's say it's right here for now.
May make one melee touch attack against an adjacent creature, dealing 1d6 per spell level plus knowledge arcane damage on a successful hit.
Okay, so some spells require enemies to make saving throws to avoid them. Other spells require you to make an attack against their defense to succeed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's say it does.
So let's say it does. That's fair. So basically, what's your strength attack? It's 0, right?
Yeah, I think it's 0.
Okay, so basically, this little blue glowing orb has been imbued with your physical power, but it ignores the armor bonus that the creature gets. So let's go over to the rogue, and my computer is freezing up. Give me a second. We'll end this within the next 5 minutes, Kristen.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. So, go ahead and roll me an attack roll. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Yep.
I got a 10. Lame.
All right. So you this orb sort of crackles with this lightning, and the lightning shoots out and strikes the Sahwagin rogue, and it actually chars its chest. And what's the damage on that?
Dealing 1d6 per spell plus knowledge arcane damage.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus your knowledge. So go ahead and roll. So, you could just roll your 3d6 and look at the black die. That's fine.
Now, my knowledge arcana is 3 plus 5.
No. Just straight knowledge, so your attribute on the left.
Oh, 5. Okay.
That made sense, though, in retrospect, what you were saying.
Oh. So I got a 5, and then plus 5, so it's 10.
Okay, 10 damage. This thing has been instantly incinerated.
Yeah!
The lightning disintegrates its form till it's nothing but dust on the deck. And seeing its last brother fall, the Sahwagin mage, he gurgles and turns at you, and starts speaking. He starts speaking in a tongue that you're not entirely familiar with, and he make me a linguistics check, actually.
I love how we just killed him. We didn't even try to see if they were.
I'm trying to.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah. Well, they attacked first.
That is true.
22.
22. Okay, so you have a rough understanding of languages, and you sort of recognize the patterns in the creature's speech, and you sort of vaguely translate it. It's sort of saying, and you translate that too.
That was really good, actually.
Thank you. What it's essentially saying is that what it seems to be doing is blaming the surface dwellers for trapping its kind within this bubble. It describes that as a bubble, but you don't really understand what it's saying. But it's basically accusing you surface dwellers of causing its people to not be able to return back to their home around this island. They've been trapped around this island. At that point, he leaps off the side of the ship and dives into the water. Vincent, go ahead and make me one more death saving throw.
8.
Alright, so you have one more mark against you. That's 2 death strikes out of 3. This is off to a great start. Alec, go ahead and make me a medicine check. And actually, Sindriel, at this point, I'll assume that you have... you're trying to help him as well, so you also make me a medicine check if you can.
I can't try to follow the other guy? The guy who jumped off the boat?
I mean, you're a cat, and he is in the water, in the middle of a deep ocean.
I got a 12.
You got a 12? What did you get?
Well, a 10 plus medicine is 3 plus instinct is 4. I got 17.
Give me 1 second. Come on.
Don't worry, Vince. I got your back.
Yay. I almost
Shotgun kills trigger force barrier, and force barrier's duration is increased.
What was the number, Alec?
17.
17? So, Vincent has now been stabilized. You kind of just lick his wounds shut. You don't... Sindriel, you don't really know how he did it, but he somehow managed to keep Death's Hand from dying. So, Vincent, you are now stabilized. You were out of initiative. All the enemies are gone, which... Yes.
Vincent?
Death's Hand. Death's Hand has been stabilized. So... Vincent, what happens is that if you're in combat, if you're still in combat, I'm talking to you. Stop it. Stop making this more complicated. We're half an hour past. So Vincent, if you're still in combat, like if you're not out of initiative but have been stabilized, you still retain your death strikes. Okay, so if you go down again, you still start from the same point. But since you're out of initiative, you're actually stabilized, and all the death strikes have been removed. Okay.
Okay.
Seeing the last of the creatures disappear, the rest of the crew comes out cheering, and Captain Johnson says, "Oh, thank you so much for saving our crew. We never could have done it without your help." And First Mate Johnson comes out and says the same thing, and you realize they have the same name, which you find is ironic. So
this all is fake. It's all fake. I don't trust reality anymore.
Sindriel, go ahead and make me a Knowledge Arcana check with advantage now that you've heard what the Sahwagin said before it left.
With advantage, so I take the best
Yep.
out of 2.
Yep.
And Knowledge Arcana, is that what you said?
Yep.
20.
20. So now that you've looked around and now that the waves have died down and the storm has stopped, you realize that there is a gigantic magical barrier about 3 miles across that is surrounding the island that you are currently trying to get to, the island of Limpet Down, which is your destination. It seems to, from this exact center of the island, there seems to be this gigantic magical barrier surrounding the entire island and the surrounding ocean. And it actually, you know that this kind of magical barrier would require nearly infinite amounts of power to maintain. It is so strong and is so large that you have never heard of anything that could conceivably produce this much magical power. Okay?
Would someone care enough to
Go ahead and make me a Knowledge Nature check as well.
Knowledge Nature. $13.
Okay, you know that the storm that suddenly popped up out of nowhere was probably caused by this barrier suddenly materializing and changing the wind currents drastically, and that such a gigantic storm would normally have to be caused directly by a very powerful magic, but the scale of this magical barrier is actually just so big, and its power is so strong that it just cut off all contact from the outside world. You imagine that all of the air inside the barrier is trapped as well, and there's no molecule or anything that can get through. And with that, the ship sails towards its destination. which is now looking a little bit less inviting than you were previously hoping. And about a couple of hours pass, and you reach the town of Limpet Down. And,
how did we get through the barrier?
You're inside the barrier.
Oh, when it appeared we were inside the barrier.
Yep.
Got it.
And that is where we're going to end it for today. So, on a good cliffhanger.
They blamed... Okay, so these little fish dudes know that we are the reason the barrier appeared. We triggered a trap. Some rune. Somebody knows we're coming.
Make me a knowledge nature check, Alec.
Okay. I roll the dice.
I thought we
I
were
roll
gonna
2
end it
4s and a
there.
1, and I end up with 9 plus a knowledge nature is 6, so 15.
You know that Sahuagin are incredibly stupid, and they probably did not know what they were talking about regardless. Alright. I think we're going to call it there.
Ended so quickly, I would have.
I refuse to think that any creature is inherently stupid. I think they all just have different ways of expressing themselves.
No, these animals are stupid.
No,
If it
I
battle
believe
hadn't
in
ended
Zen.
so
I
quickly.
believe in Zen.
Really? This is a first. I've never heard about this.
I would have tried climbing one of the masts and then doing an Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
assassination.
I honestly rushed that because I knew we were getting towards the end, and I didn't want the noob session to have to take more than 2 sessions. So, you guys learned everything you needed to know. The combat got a little bit anticlimactic there at the end, but you learned what you needed to know, and that's the important thing.
And that important thing is that my health is terrible, and people need to always be on standby to save me.
Yeah. So Vincent, what I would have recommended you did there is used one of your stealth-based abilities to actually stealth and like.
I don't have any because you mentioned the thing about. Let's see. Hang on. Let's see. I have one ability, Fade to Black.
Yeah.
Oh,
It lowers-
my passives.
You also you should have Shroud of Darkness as well.
Oh, there it is. Once per day. There we go. Why is it in passive abilities, Greg?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, that should be inactive. That I changed that with Kristen. That's my fault. It's inactive.
Alright, well, I better go, but this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Alright.
I recorded all this. It'll be up on YouTube. So yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Could you not show my face just because I was
I-
like eating and walking around the room and stuff?
Well, I'm gonna have to actually put a different picture in front of the whole thing because I had a bunch of open documents that like had a bunch of information on them that I don't want people to have access to.
Okay.
Specifically players in our campaign who might be able to glean some advantages from the sheets of paper I had open.
Okay.
And
Alright,
quick, let's
so-
start hacking this computer.
All right, Kristen, it was great having you.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you have any questions,
next
Christian,
time.
just message me, and I'll answer any I can. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright.
Yay.
Yeah. So Vince, what you could have done there is used Fade to Black and then tried to stealth. And stealthing basically makes the
Okay, I wasn't sure that I could stealth after the way that started. I wasn't sure that was a thing I did.
You can I haven't gotten to the list in the skill checks yet, so I don't exactly know how it works, but the Sahuagin rogue did literally stealth right in front of all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
by that time I was face down on the ground.
Yeah, he was.
That's oh really? Okay.
Yep.
Where's my bag? There it is.
Greg,
Because he had
what's
already
with the
stabbed the one
SU?
guy in the gut.
What? It means it's a supernatural ability which can be cancelled by certain spell effects.
I need to keep the SU. What
Yeah.
type is it?
Million.
Supernatural.
Do I just put supernatural?
Supernatural, and it's chaotic. No, it's not chaotic. Racial. Put racial.
Yo, I'm gonna.
What?
Supernatural and racial.
Shall
Racial.
cost?
1 use per day.
So he's third.
Nope. It's a racial ability. All drow can use that.
Once per day. Once. Range is 20 feet.
By the way, Kristen was not supposed to have hit that creature. She didn't even come close to beating its defense. Also, it didn't do nearly enough damage to disintegrate it instantly. All in the name of improvising. I need to use the restroom.
You're our
Dear God.
game master.
It's true.
Hey, Corsair's Revenge. It's like.
I'm still mad about dying.
Well, hurry up and get on Destiny with me so you can die some more. You know, you want to. Night, that. Hey, what's this? Desolate cover. It's for all my. Wait, all my desolates. Yo, do I even have that? I do even have the desolate cloak. I got it. But I ain't giving a crap. So, it's... Let's eat crap.